Hey guys, JH, welcome to the wind tunnel practice tee. Wow, it's windy today. Okay, just some more nailing down. Oh, it's so windy, I hope it doesn't blow that camera over. Oh. More nailing down of channel lock and the basics of it, guys. We should be getting to the stage now where the protocol is just about locked in and we can go and play some golf with it. Okay, the other day, and I'll stand this way. The other day we were talking about straight line attack. Straight line. And straight line is straight line. What you think is a straight line that way. A straight line beside your body. It won't be that, but think about that. And everything being straight. I mean, I want your hands to be straight. I want the club face to be straight. And I want all of that, all of those components to maintain that orientation right throughout the straight line move. And that is, what's the best way to show this? If I'm going to straight line it here, everything's straight line. Now the club face is still looking at that golf ball. Now I don't want to take that away, guys, at all. I want you to feel like the club just does that. There's no rotation in it. You can have a bit, but don't feel it. You just want the club to feel like it's in a clamp and it's just going back and it can't rotate open and shut. That hand, if you took that hand back like that and didn't do anything with it, that's the feeling I want you to have. I don't want you to have any forearm rotation as a feel. Because the problem is, guys, the more forearm rotation you get on the backswing, the more you've got to get on the downswing. But if you just take the golf club back like that, which is basically square to square, and looking at the golf ball, and you just hinge your wrist like that, as opposed to cocking them, just hinge them. This is the club face here. It's just looking like that, guys. It's just doing that. It's just an extension of your palm. If your palm was the face of the golf club, that's where you want to take it. You want to take it from there to there and bring it back to there. But on the downswing, once we started the downswing, when we've got the club face, what we think is dead shut, or square to square, we've got to really get that turn down so we can get that smear effect across the ball. And we've got to do that as quick as we can from the top of the swing. Now that's the only difference in the backswing. In the downswing compared to the backswing. The downswing is going to feel like we're actually rolling the club face into the ground. But you won't, but that's the feeling you want. And I promise you guys, the more you do that, the more impact you will actually get on the golf ball. I promise you that. Now the other thing, now that we've got the protocol and we're understanding the protocol, we can now start to apply what I call the absolute hit. This is a hitting swing, guys. This is not a swing. This is not a swinging hit. This is a hitting swing. There are two types of golf swings. There's a Sam Snead swinging hit, a Bobby Jones swinging hit, and then there's a Mo Norman hitting swing, firing the club at the ball. A lot of other players were hitters as well. Gene Saris, those type of guys, Abe Mitchell, all the guys from the early days. Really got to fire it. Henry Cotton, fire that golf club. Now how do we fire that golf club? Well, how I fire it and the way I get maximum power, and I'll show you today, guys. I'm going to apply some maximum power because I've had a really bad shoulder condition for probably 8 years, but I've been doing a lot of training and working on that area, and I've strengthened it dramatically. I have no pain in it now. And whereas before I was always worried about firing my trail arm and hand out there as hard as I could away from the shoulder joint like that, which is the only way to get maximum power. If you extend the arm, you won't get maximum power if you've got the arm bent when you hit it. You've got to fire the arm, and the only way you do that is you keep this pivot point or this fulcrum back here. That camera's going to blow over. Yeah, so today I'm going to show you how to really use that trail arm. And how do we use it? Well, it's simply this, guys. Once we get it back here and we start that turn down, we just fire that. We make it as long as we can. We want to feel like our trail arm is gaining a foot in length. How do we get the foot in length? We stretch it away from the fulcrum here. We want to feel like this is locked back here. There's a rope around it. And we're firing it there like that. That's the only way to get the maximum power, guys. I promise you. I'm going to hit the ball hard today because it's very windy. But I'm also back up to speed with my condition, with my shoulder, and I can really hit it. I hit some shots yesterday afternoon and it was brutal conditions, rain and wind. And I was, like I normally carry 5-iron, hit it really hard, 170. I was hitting like 185 yesterday. And they were just motoring. And that's a big step up. That's a club and a half. And the driver, wait till you see me hit the driver. I mean, I'm just thundering the driver. I think I probably feels like I picked up 5 miles an hour. And I know that into the wind that we had here yesterday, I was carrying the ball almost as far as I normally carry it with no wind. So what we're doing, guys, is we're firing that as hard as we can. Here, with that everything in a straight line here. And we're going to turn that down as hard as we can from the start of the backswing. And remember our grip, guys. A lot of guys have been asking me about the grip. For me, it's always a finger grip in the roots of the fingers, and I roll those fingers up, just like I'm rolling up my palm in the backswing. I try and put the fingernails into the palm and just roll it up like that. And with the trail hand, I just put it on the same in the roots of the fingers, and I just roll it over. And the pressure point, guys, is that knuckle there. That's our trigger finger. That's the Hogan trigger finger. That's the John Daly trigger finger. Those guys that really do clamp that in there. That's what I think about. All right, now this is a really good test. I haven't hit any shots, but what I'm going to do is just take it straight back, club looking at the ball, and I'm going to fire that trail arm as hard as I can fire it. Like that. First shot of the day, guys. Now that's first shot of the day. It's a perfect golf shot. Now, you probably won't hear a lot of audio today. The impact, because the wind is so strong, it just blows the impact sound away. And we're over here with the cows because the range is very busy and they haven't, it's been raining, haven't mowed the grass. But it's a good test, guys. When you're in really tough conditions like this, it makes you hit the ball properly. It's okay, you can go over on pristine grass, anybody can hit off that. But when you come over here and the lies are tough, you got to strike the ball. All right, now watch this. Now watch how much I'm extending that. So how do I extend that trail arm? What does it look like? It feels like that. I'm trying to get it. I used to see pictures of Mo Norman from back there. Mo Norman used to look like that. He had so much extension on that trail arm away from his trail shoulder because he kept his trail shoulder back so much. And that's what we try and do with channel lock. We try and be closed. So the more we can keep that trail shoulder back and the further back we can keep it, clearly, the more we should be able to extend that arm out. Now, I'm a right-handed person. My dominant arm is my right arm. So that's the one I want to use to hit with. I want to use that to maximum. The lead arm for me, guys, is a radius lock. It stays there, creates a radius. The trail arm applies the power because it's got the hinge in it. It's got that hinge there and that wrist hinge. It's got the elbow hinge, and we straighten those hinges. But we want to straighten them to maximum effect. Now I'm hitting this very hard. I can't hit it harder than that. That's still in the air, 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 still in the air. It's just come down. Now that's just climbed up that wind. Like as we say in Australia, like a rat up a drain pipe. But that's hammer time. That's hammer time for old 76-year-old old JH. I mean, I'm no spring chicken. But I've got a bit of strength. And everybody's got a bit of strength in this trail trail region of the body, which is the trail arm, the shoulder, hip, use it, guys. Use it. But don't fire it forward. Fire this away from it. Use this to support and stabilize this power developing mechanism. I mean, that's just long. It's 5-iron got here, guys. Take it back and just hammer it. Still in the air, 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 still in the air. That's landed. Like, guys, you can see this one. 45 k's. That's landed this far from that other ball. It hasn't moved. Why hasn't it moved? Because the strike is so good. And it's club face squarely applied. There's no side spin on it. It's pure unadulterated backspin. And backspin, guys, is clearly what gives us the straightness in a golf shot. It's backspin. We don't want side spin. And that's what Mo Norman had. Mo Norman had perfect backspin that went out and exhausted itself, and the ball just fell straight out of the sky. There was none of these. It didn't come in and bounce forward left. It ran out. And if you were downrange from Mo and the ball came in, it would go there, stall up and just fall straight down. That's called exhausted spin, and you get that with this shot when you hit it super flush. Now I'm really trying to hit that hard, and I'm dead cold. Still in the air, 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 still in the air. But the secret is, you got to feel like this is tied to that post over there. And we fire this arm away from it, like this. This is tied back, we're firing that away. It's going to feel like, and for you guys that are not used to it, you may get a bit of soreness in your shoulder. And that's why I've been reticent to fire it as hard as I'm advocating now for the last number of years, because I've had this injury in my shoulder. I'll go back here a little bit. I don't know where I am in terms of the camera. I've got nobody here today to tell me. I've got the extended arms, guys. Everything's going back here straight line. That's the best 5-iron I've hit since I've been on channel lock. Well, it's the most powerful because I've been very timid with my release up to now. But that is very powerful. Amazingly powerful for me. When I say these shots are strong and they're long and they're powerful, for old JH, it's all relative to JH, nobody else. The young guys here will hit a 5-iron 30 yards longer in the air than I do. But they're also, like, 55 years younger. Makes a little difference. And I go to great pains to tell them that. And that's how I get the handicap. I get a 55-year. I say, you should give me a yard for every year I am older than you guys. So if you're 20, you've got to give me 56 yards. Most of the time I need that with those guys. The young guys these days hit it so far. But I'm hitting it strong today. And when I hit the driver, you'll see how strong I'm hitting it. So watch this. Here we are. So it's straight line, guys. The straight line is this. It's not, our straight line is not that straight line. It's this straight line. This straight line and that straight line. And the good thing, guys, the more you keep that trail foot down, or keep the pressure going down to the outside of the ankle, the easier it is will be to keep that trail foot down. Right, now really hammer this, JH. Watch this, guys. It's just... Is it a hit? Oh, you bet your life it's a hit. It's a hit, all right. And it's great hitting into the wind because you can't fake it when the wind's there, guys. And it's coming straight into his cross head, so I've got to hold it. Well, I'll just smooth this out a little bit. It's nearly blew my cap off her. See, I'm here, guys. I'm actually looking a bit like a tripod when I hit it. But I'm hitting that really hard. How do you get the feeling for it? Just hit a couple of half shots. Grip the club down a little bit. Play back, just take it back. Now that's interesting. That's very interesting. That felt like a half swing, that's gone within 5 yards of the full swing. That's how you learn it. Just take it back here, stay there, and then fire that trail hand as hard as you can. With the club face smearing, like that. Still in there, still in there, still in there, still in there, still in there. What's interesting, guys, is with this hammer time with that trail hand and the big smear factor, but really getting that trail arm operating and hitting, and that focus point that I made a number of videos back, where once I've established my alignment with the target, that's no longer in my focus or my thought process. My only focus is to hit that golf ball. That's my target. I want to put this on that. As Mo Norman would say, this dumb guy and that dumb guy. That's all I want to do. I want to hit the golf ball. Don't worry about the target. Once you've done your alignment, guys, that's out of the equation. Don't worry about thinking about it anymore. Just think about the golf ball. Just hit that golf ball as hard as you can. All right, let's do a big smear on this, big knuckle, and just hammer time. You know when I said that other 5 was the best 5-iron I hit since I'd been on Channel Lock? Well, that was. And the great thing is, guys, we're getting a PB of impact quality every time we come out to practice now. We're just getting that. And this is awful ground here. This is all Australian crabgrass and chickweed. It's terrible. But that was just a great shot. And I'm smearing that, guys. I'm coming in here, I'm turning this. There's where I want to be. I want to smear it. Smear. Well, I don't want to hit the ball any better than that. That'll do me for the rest of my life. Because I've never hit it that good. I think I would be expecting too much to think I could hit it better than that. Because that to me is a perfect golf shot. That is a perfect golf shot. No movement on that shot, right in the middle of the golf club, and it is motoring. And I've got the foot down, guys, and I'm looking very tripody. But that's because I'm keeping this trail shoulder back so I can fire that trail arm out there. I have to keep that fulcrum in place. I don't want that fulcrum to move forward. Oh, I can't hit it better than that. Still in the air, still in the air. This could take a while. Still in the air, still in the air, still in the air, still in the air. Guys, it's just climbing up that wind. It is just blowing. I can't believe that the wind is probably 40 k's. I think even 40 k's I'm still carrying that 5-iron 160. It's 174 yards. It's just crazy. I mean, that's a good 5-iron for me with no wind. And these are what we say scungy old range balls. Well, that's motoring. That's never going to come down. We're going to run out of video and batteries. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Oh, a little bit of grass on it. But that's gone. That's gone hybrid distance. Oh, watch this. Watch how hard I hit this, guys. This is not an old 76-year-old golf swing. Well, it is, but maybe I'm just having myself on. Maybe I think it's got some power in it, but it feels like it's got plenty. For me, wrap that grip up. Get that, here we go. Watch this guy. Still in there, 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 still in there. Now I'm a bit excited. Now if I can smooth that out a little bit, mean, it's exactly the same flight, or same shot, direction, everything as the 5-iron, but it's just, of course, so much longer. It's going straight to the same target. No movement. Okay, come on, smear it, JH, smear it. Still in the air, 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 still in the air. Okay, the wind stalls it up a little bit out there. Now, I'm not a great carrier because I don't have enough club head speed, and I can't hit the ball high enough with enough spin because I don't have the, but that's going great. That's going super. Well, really, this is what I call the brink of disaster. See how hard I can hit this and still maintain some good form. Still in the air, still in the air, still in the air, still in the air, still in the air. That's the best drive I've hit since I've been on Channel Lock, guys. Wow. Wow. That's just amazing. Just amazing. What am I doing? Trying to hit it as hard as I can, trying to extend this arm, trying to pull this arm out of the socket. Very much like Trevino. Trevino used to do this. Trevino used to drive that shoulder down and drive the club down the line. So did Mo Norman. And that's why Trevino was so accurate, because he did force the club down the line. Now I feel like I'm forcing this down the line. Well, down that line, the line to the ball, the straight line. Let's do it again. Last shot. Well, that wasn't very long, but it was straight. That was straight. That's more like your old distance there, JH. Okay, come on, smear this one. Smear it. I'm going to get a better angle for you. Well, you just lost all your distance. Come on. It's windy, guys. Now, guys, that's just hammer time. That is motor. Okay, guys, that's all I can't tell you any more than that. Just to recap, we want to take a straight line. Straight line is this. There. The straight line is beside the body. It's not in front of the body. It's here. We want to play all our golf over here. Here's our channel. It's beside the body. It's not in front of the body. So we want to straight line it here, and we want to straight line it there. But we want to get that right arm making a long straight line by trying to pull itself out of this socket here. And I promise you guys, if you just to get the feel, just get whatever, this is a 5-iron, but just give 7-iron, whatever. Just grip it way down here, and we're going to keep that, and we're just going to fire this away. And really, I actually, as I'm firing it into the ball, I'm trying to keep the club actually on the ground out there after I've hit it. That's how much I'm trying to extend out to it. But what I don't want to do when I'm doing that as a feeling is pull myself forward. I don't want to pull this fulcrum forward. I want to have that feeling that I'm keeping the club on the ground there, but this fulcrum staying back. So just get a 5-iron, grip it down. It's amazing how far that goes. So it's a little, so that's gone normal distance, and that's a tiny little swing. You can shorten up your swing, guys, and you'll get the same distance because the efficiency of the hit comes up. That's the reality. Try and do this really smooth. Big smear. I can't believe how high I'm hitting the ball. People are saying they can't get the ball up in the air. Remember, guys, when you got the ball back here, don't have a lot of shaft angle. 2 problems. Takes the loft off, points club to the right. I shove my club face down a little bit, and then I just try and get it there. See, the club's finishing in front of me all the time. It's not going around behind me. Okay, really smear this one. Last shot. Last shot's always the best shot. And it was. Okay guys, just a little bit today on channel lock, but some good points. Try and get that trail arm out of the socket out here. And the club really low after the ball, like you're going to hit a third and fourth ball. Okay guys, might do a bit more tomorrow.